Hello, hello, and thank you for joining. My name is Nate, and we've got some 3/16 plate steel loaded on the CNC plasma cutter here. We're going to go ahead and in this video make a bench design that I've been working on. So here's Opie Girl, she's the shop dog. She's trying to let me know it's break time. So she'll probably go throw that a couple times and then we'll get back to it.
What? What? You want to throw that? I'm supposed to be working.
Alright, enough of that. So here we are on the CNC plasma cutter. So we are cutting out a Lake McDonald View design. My wife designed this on Inkscape from one of our photographs of our adventures up in Glacier National Park in northwest Montana. So once I got all of the parts cut out, I went ahead and ground all of the dross off, got rid of all that cut residue, and made all those edges nice and smooth, got them all ready for welding. Went ahead and tacked all the parts together, and then here I'm just going to go through and finish welding all that with the TIG welder. So I am on this little flange here. I like to put adjustable feet on projects because you never really know what the floor is going to be like in this forever home. And there's nothing worse than sitting on a bench or a chair and having it wobble. So those adjustable feet really help. You can adjust that and get a nice solid feel. So after I got all these parts welded up, I went ahead and cleaned them, and I applied a black magic patina with a copper plate highlights and a clear coat to prevent them from rusting. So thanks for tuning in, I appreciate it. Again, my name is Nate, and this is my first YouTube video. First of many, so let me know in the comments what you liked, maybe what you didn't like, if there's any steps that I missed that you'd like to see, or anything you want to see more in detail in. I would definitely plan to make more videos in the future, and your feedback would be helpful just to know kind of what you guys want to see, what steps you might like. So for the top, I had some wood kind of left over from some other projects, so we're actually going to mix two species. So that board I ended up cutting in half, and I'm going to kind of put it on the sides. But first off, they were a little bit different thicknesses, so I'm going to run them all through the planer to get them all down to the same thickness before I go ahead and biscuit and glue all those together. So once I got all those finished with the planer, I went ahead and cut some biscuit holes, glued them up, and there we go. So we've got a blue pine in the middle and then Douglas fir on the edge. You know, those are kind of some local woods up here, so I kind of like to use the local wood when I can. So here, I got them all out of the clamps, and I'm just going through and on the bottom, knocking some of those bigger glue chunks off so I don't have to sand it. And then I took it outside just because I didn't want to deal with all that dust in the shop. And I went ahead and did 120 grit with the belt sander, get the big chunks, and then I did go back and do the orbital sander up to a 320 grit. I also ran across those edges with the router to get a nice bevel on there so it was nice and smooth. And then once I was done sanding, I came back and did a kind of a matte polyurethane finish. So here's those legs done. They've got the black magic patina with the copper highlights there. There's a little adjustable foot that'll screw up into the bottom. And then there's some mounting holes to be able to mount to the piece of wood. So once all that dried, it was assembly time. So for assembling these legs, I like to use a little brass thread insert. That way we can pull the legs off and on as many times as we want, and it won't mess that hole up at all, in case for any moving, shipping, anything like that. So once I got the legs lined up, I went and drilled holes and then mounted those brass inserts. And then you can attach the legs just with a 1/4 20 bolt for a nice solid finish. So there we go. So here is the finished bench. So once we got it done, went out, took it in the backyard, did a little bit of a photo shoot. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Again, my name is Nate, and I'd be curious your thoughts on this video and kind of what you guys want to see. You know, we do a lot of metal art, functional art, privacy screens, different things like that. We really like to incorporate. That's our private dragonfly privacy screen in the back there, and that's me and my wife, Kelsey. And so here's a finished photo inside. A little entryway bench, Lake McDonald View legs, and then also we've got one of our custom Mount Vaunt coat racks above it. Again, thanks for tuning in.